Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the counselor's office. I'm Mr. Gaming I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. Yeah, scholars. I don't know what that was about. Yes, even though I've been part of speech debate and literally been a coach for 3 years and judged speech for 10, I still fumble. That's right. Even your God gamer, the Heaven's Child comedy genius messes up. By the way, there's a whole reason for all that. I don't actually think that about myself, but we'll get to that reason for a minute. I got sent a private message because I was already working on another video. This is kind of like, this has become a saga. We're entering the drama state, which I didn't know was going to happen. If you remember, we did a video reacting to Bradley the Bradster, which is a new player, new content, Destiny player. I think if I looked at his channel, he played other things before he jumped to Destiny. He decided to visit Destiny. Don't know more about him. Don't know. I watched after doing the stream or the recording. I tried watching a stream and I was like, okay. And then I left the Twitch. I just don't watch people stream very often on Twitch. I just want to see what kind of content he does. And I kind of I followed him like way back in I think when Astrocross, like I wanted to see what was going on with Astrocross because people were making a big deal of it. It kind of faded away, and so he kind of like dipped out of the spotlight. And then now it's like Milo from the zombie community. I don't know how long that will last. We'll see when it comes to like spotlight time. But I got a private message, and for full transparency, I did not get a positive a summary / I guess insight to this video. But all I know is that we did it. I didn't try to do it, but we made it. We are now YouTube famous, I guess, because that's like the thing, drama, right? Drama for your mama. Apparently that's the new go-to thing. And yes, we're spending 2 minutes and 30 seconds in intro because that's what I do with these videos, because I like adding flavor. Welcome to the channel where I yap, and then I get to the react yak, and that's when I give some critical insight. So you get the yappity yak at the beginning of the video. What are we talking about? So a person, YouTuber named Stonemason. Again, I'm being open up like it's Tizzle. I didn't know until I reacted to his video. I knew about Bradley-ish because of Astrocross. Didn't really know what his content was outside of Astrocross, that stream. And now we have Stonemason. I have never heard of this person. That is not shade. That's just, I don't watch a lot of people outside of like a couple of things on Twitter where it pops up and then we react to it. So I'm just putting that full transparency. I'm also being fully transparent that yes, I was told the description of this person was a shit eater. And like someone that was essentially just panning everyone as just a hater. And so I'm saying this up front because I'm not going to tell you, unlike Bradley, where I try to paint myself as unbiased and 100% objective. I am literally going to have to do everything I can not to be biased going into this video and actually watch the video without having a conclusion. I will obviously criticize or critique or argue back any comments because it sounds like there's going to be it. In fact, I am in the thumbnail. I'm YouTube famous. By the way, I don't care. This is a hobby. This is not even a job. Like I literally have a full-time job. This is a hobby. But it's kind of funny to actually see that I've made it into someone's thumbnail. It is funny. And so, yes, we spent 5 minutes. We're going to jump into it. It is literally a 23-minute. By the way, this happened as I was reacting to other things about me from Bradley's community, which I'm going to have to wait to see because I'm sure they're going to react to this video. But we're going to watch this. This is New Light versus Veteran, and it's me. It's me. And it's Tizzle, which obviously I compel a comparison to someone who's been doing this for a very long time and has a grown community. But it came out 2 days ago. 58 views. Okay, cool.
All right, so in this video, I'm going to be breaking down some of the...
By the way, I'm not going into this to shit on this person. I mean, obviously, we have a negative connotation based on the messenger, but I would like to actually hear what's going on.
More recent community drama, at least on the YouTube content creation front, and it, of course, just highlights the rift in the Destiny 2 community between new lights and so-called veterans. I have a personal pet peeve when Destiny players call themselves vets, because you know, at least here in North America, a veteran is somebody that served their country on the front lines, not in a first-person shooter video game, but in a real-life first-person shooter, getting bullets hailed towards you and standing up to defend our country and defend the innocent. So,
okay. I mean, I personally, it doesn't, like, I don't care, right? That I don't care. If his personal opinion is he wants to identify people who have experience as experienced players of Destiny, sure, whatever. I doesn't mean I think it's right. I mean, literally, you act like Destiny's the only game that uses the term veteran, and it's not. I mean, I was watching Magic the Gathering deck list of some guy, and they were North American, and they were talking about Magic veterans. Like, it's a terminology that is used more. Like, America doesn't have a monopoly on the title veteran. But it's neither here nor there. It has really nothing to do with whatever the main topic is. I'm not going to shit on him for that. It is his personal preference. Pop off, King. Call us experts, professional gamer. Like, don't. I never called myself a professional gamer. No, I'm just a very experienced, expert, knowledgeable, not master. I don't think, there's people who've mastered different parts of the game better than I have. Never once said that I'm a god gamer master, but again, we're ranting a little bit. I just want to make it very clear that it's a nothing burger to me. So please don't, like, in the comments, let's not have an argument or a debate about veteran, because I feel like it's a nothing burger. It's just a personal preference, whatever.
It's just distasteful. I know that Bungie is also referred to as longtime Destiny players as veterans. Look, I don't like it, okay? It just irks me, okay? So as soon as somebody starts calling themselves a veteran, it immediately turns me off. Nothing against that person per se. It's just, semantics at the end of the day. But the irony here is that, so what is this rift that I'm talking about? As you can see from the thumbnail here, It's Tizzle made a video about being heartbroken about some of the recent bugs and zoetic lock sets, and then just generally in the game. I know he's made a few videos like that where he's just kind of crying.
I'm gonna say right now, I've only watched the one It's Tizzle video. He does reference the other video. I have not watched that video, so I have no context on outside of just this one video. Just like I don't have context for Bradley from this one video. So just making it very clear
about the state of Destiny, and I know it comes from a place of passion, but not my
personal... Hold on, wait. I just kind of...
Just generally in the game. I know he's made a few videos like that where he's just kind of crying about the state of Destiny, and I know it comes from a place of passion, but not my personal taste in content.
Okay. So, right off the rip, we are making a erroneous comparison to crying versus constructive criticism, which I gave constructive criticism to It's Tizzle, saying that he's focusing way too much on like the content creator aspect and that new players weren't going to connect, and that he over focused on the dungeon. Like anyone with who's being genuine and is actually looking at what he's saying understands it's more than just the dungeon. But for new players, you've kind of got to spell it out for them. You have to literally put it in word, like expand upon it, because if you focus on anything in a micro level, that they're going to think about it in the micro level. You've got to go macro, which you could spend 2 hours doing that with Destiny.
You know, if you want to report bugs and do game testing and stuff like that, highly respect it. And, you know...
Well, that's funny. We are the beta testers, and that's part of the criticism from the community is we are the beta testers. We do report it. Like, are we forgetting that the community is the one that had a PhD in mathematics and figure out the weight gate and the fact that the tonics weren't working last episode? Like, we already are beta testing. We already are giving feedback. Like, that's the problem. We are the QA team.
I think it's important. I think people should be loud about it. And I think those types of videos should get the visibility that they need for Bungie to see those complaints and constructive criticism and do something about it. But look, I mean, like, it's not like your human rights are being violated. It's not like Bungie came over to your house and beat you up and bullied you. You know, like, it's a video game at the end of the day. I know you paid money for it, and maybe your life depends on it. Maybe, you know, maybe you're.
I'm going to give a good counter argument that this is disingenuous, and here's why. He's equating you can't have an opinion or a criticism or be too focused on the video game because it's not like it's a life big, like your life depends on it. Someone's dying. You could say the same thing about sports. But obviously people care about it. People invest in it. People are passionate about it. People criticize different teams. Like, let's not live in this fantasy world where it's an anomaly that people are critical about video games when people are critical about a lot of media and other functions of society. Like, again, I don't know what argument we're trying to make, but it feels like we're trying to dismiss and try to water down criticism. Like, oh, well, you guys are overpopulating it or you're fluffing it up. And it doesn't need to be fluffed. It's not that big of a deal, which I argue against the fact that if you're spending your life, your money, and when I say life, it is your life. You are spending time. That is your currency. That is irreplaceable. You cannot replace time. It is a countdown. So when you spend your currency of life in a game or product, in this case, it could be sports, it is part of your life. Now, you could make the argument that games aren't a big deal. I could argue and say sports is not a big deal, but obviously that's going to piss a lot of people off, and it's going to piss a lot of gamers off. It's very subjective. There is no objectiveness. So we can agree to disagree because you're never going to be able to make a right or wrong statement in regard to using someone's time and whether you should be able to criticize it or not.
Living paycheck to paycheck because you decided to do Destiny content, and so that I don't have any personal experience with. I have a real life job. I have other stuff in my life to be heartbroken about that doesn't involve video games. Okay, I got kids, I got an animal rescue, I got a business. I'm in my 40s. Like, the last thing on my list to be heartbroken about is a video game, and even the one that I love the most.
And that's great, but your what happens in your life has no impact on anyone else. It's, hey guys, because I have all this going on, none of this matters. No, it doesn't matter to you. And that's okay. But just because life is, busy and you can't focus on Destiny doesn't diminish any criticism and how other people react to the situation. It's not like, I'm sorry, I'm not that important. I'm not that important. Neither are you. And we're saying the quiet part out loud. We're not the main characters. Just because things are going well and well for you doesn't discount anyone else's opinions and criticisms. It just doesn't.
So I'm gonna state that right off the bat. So Tizzle posted this video. Bradley the Bradster, as you can see over here, He's a New Light, and he made a reaction video. And the reaction video was just basically stating, you know, he was just saying it's ridiculous what Tizzle had to say. And I think Bradley's take on Tizzle's video was a little bit not out of place per se, but it wasn't really like understanding of Tizzle's perspective either. And the thing is here, like, Bradley purports himself as a comedian, and the irony here is that he appears to be an actual veteran as well, right? So now he's got the entire D1 veteran community coming after him, belittling him because they're.
It's funny that this is just happening to be a thing, because I was just let's see if I could find it. Let's see if I can find it.
What's worse is that if it's a bug in our favor, Bungie's pretty quick to fix it. Do you know what a business is? If a business is losing money...
That's not it, but it's a funny argument. Let's see, is this one?
So the game's broken. Like, this is stupid, man. I guess, like I said, no hate to this guy or nothing, but I guess it was just time to pay the bills for a video like this. It's ridiculous. And this is why I said I have a problem with content creators that they make videos like this. What's the QA team got to...
That's a banger. What's the QA team got to do with it? What about this one? What about this one? This argument.
See this side of the community sometimes when I post a video and my video goes viral and it reaches a new audience, and this new audience is just regurgitating the same opinions that they heard their favorite content.
And that's being assumptuous, saying that that's part of the problem. He's generalizing. In fact, one of the clips has it. Well, I don't know which argument it was, where he says complainers don't have a real argument. So the reason why people are upset is that he makes a generalized statement where he puts it's Tizzle and all these other expert, experienced Destiny 2 players into one bubble, and then says they don't have an argument or that it's ridiculous. Like, that's the stuff that, like, you see through his comment section, my comment section, and even it's Tizzle's comment section. That is the one thing that everyone agrees on, is why they're the most upset, is that you are generalizing. You're not qualifying your statement. You're generalizing everything as just complaining. And you're dismissing valid, constructive criticism. And that is why the community's pissed off at him. And rightly so.
They're veterans, quote unquote veterans, right? So this is the hilarious thing. Like, this dude's probably, I mean, he's put his life, if he's an actual veteran and served in the military, he's actually put his life online, right? Not.
Again, we're focused on veteran. I'm going to tell you, it doesn't matter. He could be the president of the United States. No one cares. His status and what he does not impact or diminish any criticisms that people have of the game. Again, I made this argument, and I'll make it again for the sake of this video. It is like a novice sports player. Let's say they're a veteran, and they go up to Tiger Woods, who has years of experience, who has won multiple tournaments, PGAs, whatever, and he's criticizing the game, the sport of golf. And then you have Mr. Veteran here, Mr. Novice, tell him essentially, you're just complaining. Do you think Tiger Woods is going to take him seriously? No.
Behind a video game.
Just because you're a veteran doesn't mean you get a golden pass of, hey, my opinion matters more than you. Thank you for serving my country. And as my freedom of speech, I'm going to tell you, you don't know what you're talking about.
Like real life things. So get off the veteran high horse. Okay. It's a video game.
Again, he's so like, are you a veteran? Or do you have like, I'm feeling like there's like there's an underlining thing where either he's a veteran or he has a family member that's a veteran. And I feel like we're 4 minutes in and he's seething You know what? That's incorrect. Because if it is a family member that is a veteran or someone he knows or someone who died in war, I would be pissed off about people using the term veteran too. Like, bitch, my loved one died. They're a veteran, not you. So, you know what? I don't know his perspective, but I'm sure there's a reason for it. But for the sake of the video, we'll just call ourselves experts.
But anyways, so Bradley was a little bit out of place in some of his arguments. But the thing is, I understand where he's coming from, because at the end of the day, like I said, if your emotions are that involved in the game, where bugs, break your heart and make you break down into tears, then he just thinks it's ridiculous. And frankly, so.
It's funny because it was pointed out in the comment section, and it's great that after Bradley posted his video, the servers went down because no one could literally play. Everyone was getting centipede errors. So it's it's just like, it's imagining trying to drive your car off after you just bought it and it just doesn't work. Yeah, you'd be a little upset, wouldn't you? And that's just a little tease, because there's literally content that people can't play. Like right now, people can't try to get the catalyst for the new exotic toy that they paid money, the whole dungeon key they paid for. You can't even do that because people are locked out of that. So it is broken. Revenant is broken. People can't even progress the storyline in that because it requires you to do things that you can't do. And that's not just one part of Revenant. There's multiple parts of Revenant is broken. 0 Hour is broken. It's disabled. A fragment is disabled. So if you were wanting to play of that you can't play of it. So let's not be disingenuous and say that there aren't parts of the game that are unplayable, because they are literally unplayable.
So do I. So I think there's a better way to go about being constructively critical about the game, right? So Bradley made this video, and then of course Tizzle commented on the video, and it was just completely condescending. It was like a mile-long comment, and
let's see. This is gonna be a long video, but I want to see. I want to see. Let's see. It's Tizzle. Oop. Tizzle. Destiny 2. I am so sorry. That shows you that I don't watch this guy often. I'm just very sorry. Oh my God. He made a response. Holy mac. We're the drama. The saga continues. Okay, let's God dang it, Chief. All right, let's look at his comment. It's down here somewhere. Where? Oh, it's not. It's Bradley's. That's right. Sorry, he wouldn't be commenting. Bradley, the Bradster. We're doing this live because why not? Let's see, videos just to find it. Here it is.
Quick disclaimer.
By the way, I love the quick disclaimer. Again, says we're here for a conversation. Doesn't actually have a conversation. 2 minutes and 30 seconds in, already has his mindset. By the way, I doubt this guy's probably going to bring that up, but just so we're aware, we're all in the clear. Let's see. Wait, did he delete it? There's no shot he deleted. It's Tizzle's. No shot. No shot. Did he delete it? Did he really go? Okay, here it is. All right, let's see. So let's read it and see what condescending. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. That is facts. I respect yours, and you respected mine. Did he? He's being nice, by the way. I didn't think he was. Just going to address a couple things. 99% of my videos are just on the game. Not negative content whatsoever. Also, I never order DoorDash, which, again, I think that's fair because he literally called out and said that he was making videos for DoorDash. I made that video like I do all my videos out of passion for the game I love or used to love, not for money. Again, people don't understand the concept of criticizing something. You can enjoy playing something and be critical of it. These two things don't have to live in separate worlds. They can live in the same world. The one point I just disagree with the most is the point about comparing old shit games and even sorrier states as an excuse for Destiny 2 to be in a poor state of quality. Fuck every company that releases broken content on launch. It is unacceptable, and the gaming sphere has been hardened by it time and time again. That is facts. Don't believe me? Look at that Concord. Do not defend their shitty practices. Yes, don't. I even said it in my video. don't be a shit eater. Because when you eat shit, you allow companies to get away with it. They continue to push the bar of quality lower and lower and lower. That's why we are starting to see the Fortnite-ification of every game. Even Destiny is becoming Fortnite, the gotcha game 2.0, which is not what I want to see. This, and if you think it's not, we went from armor sets that were inspired to one-for-one Star Wars sets. This lets them think it's okay. I love a good redemption arc like No Man's Sky, Cyberpunk. But imagine if Will of Cyberpunk, yeah, he's just saying if it came out at clear and no bugs, it would be game of the year. From what I have read in your comment section, you seem to be a new Destiny 2 player. I am genuinely happy for you that you've been enjoying it. I've said it for ages that if the game released today, for all content it offers, it would be massively popular. And I even said in my video, I disagree with this. More than Rivals. Oops. More than Marvel Rivals, which I highly disagree. But here we go. He's being nicer. Endless builds, yada, 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 yada. The player base is dwindling just by how good it is at the base level. Again, saying the game is good. However, the quality of the game has undoubtedly gone down. Because they rush things before they are ready, and this is even a debate. It's a fact, and it is. I have literally a mile long of bugs since Heresy came out, and we're just talking about Heresy. We could compile a list of Revenants and Echoes, and even probably the Final Shape, and it would be, we could probably spend about an hour talking about all the bugs that has come out this year. Compare it to other bugs from previous years, and it is night and day. So it isn't debatable. No one wants to talk about that. And the player base is dwindling. When 90% of the player base leaves, that's a problem. When you see these same issues popping up release after release, and they're getting more frequent and more egregious with every update, finally, you reach a breaking point. Hence my reasoning for making the video. Anyways, so here we go. We've got all of this where he's breaking down. He's essentially debunking the arguments that Bradley has made. And then down here, you have this little tidbit. Anyways, I specialize in solo content, which I don't know if that's true, but I'm assuming it is. Probably have lots of videos you can learn from. Feel free to binge my catalog of videos from over the years. I'm sure you will learn something. Hope you keep enjoying Destiny. Genuinely, I do. It is an amazing game that changed my life and has many unique and cool experiences you can't get anywhere else. See you in Monster Hunter. Take care. The only thing that I could see being what this stonemason saying is this, but I'm gonna be 100. This is probably the least Bradley could do, because Bradley has already made an assumption based on this one video. No, 2 minutes and 30 seconds of this video. He already has his mindset, and he has no idea who It's Tizzle is. I don't know who It's Tizzle is. But I wasn't immediately framing the guy as just trying to order DoorDash. And by the way, it is ironic because Bradley literally says at the beginning, multiple times, he says, I'm not trying to hate or shit on him. And then he literally says it. He literally says this.
That they can DoorDash for the rest of the week. Fucking stupid. Stupid argument. See what else he's got to say. Now we're done shitting on him.
Yeah, I mean, like, he admits that he's actually shitting on him. Not having a conversation, just straight up shitting. Now, granted, I shitted on Bradley, but I also had some great critical, constructive points to back it up. Anyways, it's just, I don't already agree with this statement that Stonemason has made, because he's actually being pretty fair. So let's go. Let's go back into it, shall we?
Light. And he his arguments. But the thing is, I understand where he's coming from. You can't just force your lecturing on people, like,
there we go,
their expertise in teaching people about the game. And they have, and they've gotten feedback from their subscribers and their followers. And you know, they're certainly valid in their expertise in teaching people about the game. But not everybody wants to be taught by you, right? I mean, you can't just force your lecture.
I don't think that's what he did. He literally made 2 lines saying, hey, check out my catalog. And then he said, I'll see you in Monster Hunter. I don't think it's that deep. I like paragraphs of debunking and counteracting some of the statements and giving more context to who it's Tizzle. I swear to God, I'm sorry. Tiz. I'm going to call him Tiz because that's what his thumbnail is. Tiz. Tiz is literally giving him the rundown of who he is and what it was about. Like, I feel like, hey, I think we're focusing too much on one sentence.
People like, sorry, but some people just don't want to be taught by you. Some people can.
Sure.
Comedian, YouTuber, Mr.
Oh,
So that
this is
was
me.
pretty distasteful. And then we get the other comedian, YouTuber, Mr. Gaming Counselor, smaller creator, but he does a lot of hate content on the.
Let's get to that last statement. I'm a comedian. Fuck. It's like going through my head because just yesterday I was walking down the street. Yes, because I had to walk. I don't have, but my car is broken down. I was just going. Someone walked by and said, "Hey, you remind me of a young Jack Black." And that's happened too often. Even my students say that. I've had comment sections say I look like Jack Black. I'm like, fuck, I'm not beating the allegations. I'm not trying to look like Jack Black. Fuck. And I'm not, what's even sadder is I'm not trying to be a comedian. Unless you're talking about my skits. Sure, I'm obviously trying to be funny. But like,
the game, but generally in a more comedic sense. It's kind of funny. Like, you could tell Mr. Gaming Counselor is very emotionally invested, just like
emotional. Sure. Yes, emotional, and especially 10 hours, like 10 hours, 10K hours in just Destiny 2, not including Destiny 1, 10K hours in one single game. And that's like part of my life I will never be able to get back. I could tell you everything, my journey through Destiny 2, as I went through college, as I met one of my first loves, as I almost got engaged. I can remember almost getting engaged while playing Destiny 2. Like, I put the controller down and stopped playing and went to go hang out with her. Long journey, long story. We have a whole story arc. And Destiny has been interweaved in it. So yes, I would say there is some connection to Destiny. Yeah, sure.
Like Tizzle is, but they portray it in different ways. Tizzle gets a little bit heartbroken, breaks down about it, and Gaming Counselor, just spews the hate, right? And not that Tizzle doesn't spew hate as well.
It is almost comical because I was going to, literally before I did watch this video, I was getting ready to make another video talking about the difference between hating and criticism. And I think this is a perfect like segue, and I have it prepared, which is funny. I want to educate people, especially the Destiny community, or at least the small minority, who try to paint any criticism as hate. And it's obvious that if he thinks I'm a comedian, obviously he's watched some of my content. I'm going to educate people on what hating is. So hating, feel intense or passionate dislike for someone or something, which I would argue, if you want to argue he does absolutely hates Bungie, I do. I hate the driver. I love the car. I think Bungie is an incompetent company. They are just incompetent, and they have dropped the quality of the game significantly. And I don't know if it's going to get better because right now they're focusing all their attention on Marathon. Now, here's criticize. Indicate the faults of someone or something in a disproving way. And what's funny is that technicians were criticized for defective workmanship. You could literally replace technicians with Bungie were criticized for defective workmanship in Destiny 2. It literally is the same freaking ninkin' thing. Please understand the difference between hating and criticizing. I know the educational field has failed students in the past. We can only do so much with how shitty our government is. We can only do so much. But I understand that the field of education has failed in educating people to understand what critical thinking and criticism are. I'm sorry. I apologize. Yeah, I don't speak for the whole educational field. I don't. But for me, I will apologize that so many people have been failed in their education. That people can't know the difference between hating and criticizing. You can criticize something without hating it. Hence, Destiny. I criticize Destiny, the game, and the quality of it because I like it. I don't hate Destiny. I love it. Therefore, I'm criticizing it in hopes that it would improve. I criticize Bungie, but I also hate Bungie. These both can exist at the same time. I can give constructive feedback while also shitting on them and saying they're a shitty company. Both can be the same thing, or not the same thing, but in the same world. One does not counteract the other. These are not exclusive. They can literally exist in the same line. You can hate something and then you can criticize it. And that's not good because you're hating it. You can love something and criticize it. And usually that's more constructive. You can hate to hate. It's not going to be logical. I mean, I'm sure the reason might be logical, like someone screwed you over multiple times. Sure, there's a reason behind it. In this case, if you hate absolutely, like in this case, most people don't like Bungie because they screwed over the community and they've done scummy stuff. I mean, let's not act like they didn't try to sell new players a $15 exotic weapon starter pack that the community raged against and Bungie buckled down and got rid of it. But let's not act like there's not reasons to hate Bungie. But at the same time, let's not include all criticism as just hate. They can be in conjunction, but they also can be separate and still exist in the same world. I just find it kind of distasteful. I just find it distasteful that we're trying to dismiss it. Why does this keep going in and out? It's annoying.
D1 vet, like I got PS4, fucking video game. Okay, I've done right. Not hate per se. I think Bradley was just more trying to be comedic. And are you really a 10-year veteran of Destiny? You weren't playing Destiny right at that.
Hold on.
Remnant.
Hold on. What was that?
You know, it pissed me off. Right. So I got on it as soon as it released. Now, I played the absolute shit out of Destiny.
God dang it. This is going to not...
just teaming up on Bradley.
Okay, here.
Not seen by everybody in the community. That's a pretty big portion to have 2,000 comments back and forth.
Okay.
But yeah, a lot of the people commenting are, of course, backing the bigger subscriber base here with Tizzle and Gaming Counselor. And... just teaming up on Bradley. But
where there's smoke, there's fire. Let's be honest here. A 61K subscriber, a 2K subscriber isn't making the community go after Bradley when there's a fundamental, hefty, even on his own video, people are against you. Is it the people who are criticizing your arguments that's causing it, or is it just the fact that the Destiny community doesn't like your arguments? Or I say arguments because some of them are just general ass statements.
The issue here is, in my opinion, like the veterans. By the way, I want to say I crank up the music a little bit. I like the beat. Right, the older Destiny 2 players really just need to chill. Okay, new lights are allowed to come into this game, and they're allowed to put in hundreds of hours, maybe a couple thousand hours, maybe a fraction of what you put into the game as a day one D1 vet. But they're allowed to have their own opinions, right?
Yep. I don't think anyone's saying they're not allowed to have opinions. I don't think that was ever the problem. I think the biggest problem was the novice telling Tiger Woods that his criticism is stupid. That is, you don't have an argument, or it's ridiculous, or no, like it doesn't matter, or you're the problem. Like, it's just these generalizations that's dismissing years of context, telling Tiger Woods that he doesn't essentially know better, that he's completely wrong, even though you have no idea what you're talking about. Again, there's a massive difference. There's a reason why people hire people with experience and not novices. They prefer the experienced people because they know what to do. They understand the job. They actually have been trained for multiple years. You can have a conversation and that person will be knowledgeable about that field, that job. Just like experts in Destiny who've had years of experience with both the game and Bungie as a company can give you feedback and can tell when things aren't going well. When there's a decline in the quality of the game, the people that have been here since day one can obviously tell you, hey, I've got insight that you don't. I can see a mile away that there is a fire, whereas you just see a little bit of smoke.
And you could disagree with them. It doesn't mean that hate should be hurled back and forth on either side, which both have done, right? Not hate per se. I think Bradley.
No. Bradley admitted to just straight on shitting on its sizzle, like literally equating him to just ordering DoorDash. Let's not muddy the waters. Let's just call it as it is. Let's be fair. I shit on Bradley, and I own that because it was well earned. But Bradley also shit on it's his. God dang it.
Bradley was just more trying to be comedic, and he was ridiculing Tizzle.
I don't like this. He was just joking. I don't believe that. And it's just like my students where they let's say a boy calls a girl fat. And their excuse is, I was just joking. That's what it reminds me of. A joke is only funny when people are laughing. And if you're the only one laughing, it's not funny.
Right.
Especially when you have a large part of the community ridiculing you and calling you out. Again, you can't blame the two content creators. Calling me a content creator is a stretch considering it's a hobby. But hey, it's an honor to be paired with someone who's actually probably more content invested than I am when it comes to maybe he does use it as a job. I don't. Again, using that as a scapegoat for the fact that this is probably what the community really believes. And Bradley did the same thing. He equated the content creators as the problem when it's actually just the community. When 90% of your community leaves, that is not YouTubers' faults. That is just a Bungie problem.
So, I mean, there was that, but I'm just not a fan of this whole like new light versus veteran thing. Like, it's a fucking video game, okay? And
I agree, but I don't think that's what the fight was. The fight was about a YouTuber, a content creator who is promoting toxic positivity. And I know people don't like that word, but it's a real thing. Just like, I know it's like the way people see toxic positivity is equated to like, I don't know what woke, DEI. Like I know these are like red flares for a lot of people that they just get triggered when you say them. But toxic positivity is a real thing. It actually exists. And I'm not saying those other things don't exist, so please don't be like, oh my God, he said DEI. I don't want that argument. That's not what I'm trying to chase. I'm just saying toxic positivity is a real thing. And Bradley was heavily promoting it by ignoring critical feedback and generalizing the entire Destiny community as if you make a criticism, you're just a complainer. And he did. He overgeneralized, which is what pissed off majority of the community. That's why most people are against him.
Personally, I'm coming at this from the perspective of hopping back into Destiny during Witch Queen. Now, I played the absolute shit out of Destiny 1, so should I call myself a day one D1 vet? Like, I got PS4 when it released in 2014. Destiny was like one of the first games I got on it as soon as it released. So yeah, so I guess I'm a veteran, right?
By the way, I mentioned D1. I've played since D1, but I also heavily mentioned the hours played. Like, I've got 10K hours in Destiny 2 alone. And I want to be very, very transparent. That is I have more hours played than actual streamers do. Like, I think I have maybe more hours than Datto, or at least barely under how much Datto has, which is not something to be proud of when your job isn't Destiny. Like, I just want to tell you how committed and dedicated I was to this game and how invested throughout the years I have been with Destiny. Like, Destiny has been my bread and butter even before I make content. In fact, funny enough, just as even if you're stuck around for the hour and something video, and I feel like this is more of just me giving like personal insight, because a lot of people are going to watch this video and they're going to dismiss it, which is whatever. But some people are going to be invested and maybe they'll learn something new about me. This channel was actually focused on just my students, my 5th graders and 4th graders, 3rd graders. And it was just me playing games like Among Us and Fortnite. Like, it was just a silly, stupid little channel. And what you can tell when things start changing is when the quality of the game, I think it started with Lightfall. It was during Lightfall that the paradigm changed. And that's when everything started going into Destiny territory. It's because the quality of the game started going down the gutter. And that's when the passion was becoming content.
But really, I took a break from the franchise when Bungie decided to piss me off, right? So,
okay, I want to know, like, you can't just drop that little nugget and not tell us. Is he going to tell us? You got to tell us, what did Bungie do to piss you off and make you leave? Like, same. We could have a catalog talk. What pissed you off? Tell me how you feel.
So I wanted to highlight this because I feel like there's a lot of veterans, so-called veterans, that
experts, just call them experts, bro.
If you consider yourself a veteran, have you ever taken time off the game? Did you ever go play Warframe, First Descendant, Remnant, anything? Did you ever go
on anyone on my channel? I know there's a lot of people on my channel who will watch this full thing. So before I say anything, do you think he knows? I don't think he knows, but he's gonna know now. If he watches this whole ass thing, which, please react to it. I probably won't watch your reaction to my react because it'd be like probably pretty long. Like, I don't even care if you want to pre-watch this and make points and sure, pop off. But please, I want, this is like, I love this because I already had my Steam pulled up. Before I do that though, can we go to my channel? Oh, well, that's part of the other video I was working on. Oh, there's the other video. Let's go to live. Let's go to live, shall we? All right. So, do I play other video games? Let's see. I just completed Crisis on stream, the full campaign of Crisis. Let's see. A lot of Destiny. Yes, it's the most recent thing. We have the whole new season. Destiny. Wrapping up Revenant. Oh, Warframe. Marvel Rivals. Warframe. Fortnite. Meseed. Fortnite. Marvel Rivals. Warframe. Destiny, mouthwashing, Pokemon, and then obviously more Destiny. 12-hour Gambit. We'll never do that again. 12-hour Gambit. We'll never do that. Black Ops. Destiny. Borderlands 2. Halo. Destiny. Black Ops. Oh, no, that's Destiny. Black Ops. Destiny. Black Ops. Destiny. The First Descendant. Destiny, all this Destiny, Borderlands. Let's continue on for the videos. Tarkov, Minecraft, Destiny, Tarkov, the First Descendant, Destiny, First Descendant, Black Ops, First Descendant. Oh, Fable, the entire Fable. Spend a lot of time playing Fable. The First Descendant, Destiny, First Descendant, Fable, First Descendant, Diablo 4, First Descendant, Destiny, First Descendant. I think I make myself clear, but to put a cherry on top, And I do this because there's always people that says just play other games. And I have to say, what the fuck do you think I do? You think I insert Destiny in my veins and that's all I play? I have all the years I have 236 different games. And funny enough, the top ones I have saved is Warframe, Resident Evil, Power War, Marvel's First Ascendant, and then Call of Duty. And then obviously Destiny's on my actual page, so I just click on it. 237. That's not including my Xbox or PlayStation or my Nintendo Switches. Yes, because I have 2 of them. Because I had both versions of the Pokemon games, and I would trade back and forth, and then use them to trade to friends and whatnot. Like, and I want to be very clear. If you've stuck around, I am a big freaking sweaty nerd. And what's even funnier, I almost got engaged. I've had lovely relationships with plenty of women, some very deep and intimate, and I'll leave that to your imagination. And what's funny, we just talked about Christopher Barrett. He's like the world's creepiest creeper, and yet he's married. So there's hope for me and for you, even if you're the biggest freaking nerd that ever existed. There's hope for you and me. But I don't ever want any person to ever ask me to go play another game. Shut up. I do. I play a lot of video games and I watch anime. And then on my other free time, I'm doing speech and debate with my students, TCG with my students. My job is my life outside of video games, and then my friends. I'm sorry. That's all. I just had a mini rant over.
Go and spend some time playing other video games? Because if you did, then you weren't playing Destiny right at that time, right? So I mean, are you really a 10-year veteran of Destiny?
Yes. Yes, I am. It's funny. It's the same argument that people used to have about Halo and Call of Duty back in the day. Like, if you like Call of Duty, you couldn't be a Halo fan, and they were competing against each other saying, well, Call of Duty is shit. Halo is the best first-person player game out there. Hey, Call of Duty is just shit. Dude, I would be playing Halo and Black Ops at the same time. No, not literally at the same time. I would play a little bit on one and swap the other. Like this, I don't know what this argument is, but do not underestimate the power of the nerd.
Because that's what I did. I don't consider myself a day one D1 vet. Like, I've played other games, right? And I quit playing Destiny 1 when I decided that Bungie was charging too much for their DLC packs or their expansions, and there wasn't any value for me in the game.
That is probably the most fair criticism I've heard in this video so far.
And I said, screw this. I'm not forking out for freaking $40, $50 for a DLC. Like in 2014.
Okay, I don't know who the person that sent me in the comment section, not comment section, but in like Discord DMs. If I'm not gonna name you, but if you know who you are, dude's spitting facts right now. Like, he doesn't sound like a shit eater. Like, he literally is saying, "Hey, I'm respecting myself. I'm not giving you my money." Like, that is the opposite of a shit eater. So you know who you are. You don't know. You know who you are. We don't deceive me like this.
15, that was unheard of. Like, DLCs were like 20, 25 bucks, maybe tops, right? Even less.
Hell yeah.
Canadian. Like 10 to 20 bucks was about average. And Bungie's releasing a DLC for $40, $50. And it's like 2 missions and that's it. So I'm like, fuck this. I'm not playing this stupid shit. I'm not going to give Bungie my game.
Hell yeah.
And that was all there was to it. And I left the game and I went to play other stuff, right? I didn't sit there and force myself to play the game and just bitch about it the entire time, right? Because that's what I see a lot of these.
Again, you are absolutely correct. There are people who just bitch, like dead game dead. But again, there's a difference between criticism. You can again, I'm being a dead horse, which is funny. This horse might as well be dead.
Veterans doing is they're playing the game despite not being happy with the game. They're disgruntled, right? They stand against everything that Bungie is doing, but I
think if you put money into the game and you consume the product, like, I'll give a perfect example. No one knew the quality. Like, episodes was this new tagline. Like, people were interested. What are episodes? Bungie even sold, and this is part of Bungie's fault, by the way. Bungie advertised episodes as an evolution of episodes, and everyone agrees it's just episodes, just dragged out longer. That's all that they are. And you get one less, instead of getting 4 episodes, you just get, or 4 seasons, you just get, well, essentially what's happening now is we're getting 3, and the third one is being dragged to 160 days. So they're hoodwinking you into thinking that you're getting more content, and you're not. And that is Bungie. That is a problem with Bungie. They advertised something, and people wanted to try it out, thinking it was going to be something new. And there is no way until you play the content to whether you know what the quality is. And people were, with the way we were going from Into the Light, you got to remember, Into the Light was such a banger and brought a lot of people back into the game. And they actually did a good job advertising the final shape. Finally, after a year of just dropping the ball, it looked like Bungie was picking up the pace and people were starting to get excited about Destiny again. So yes, and again, it's Sizzles talking about the state of this year. This year, before it was released, everyone was hyped. Everyone was getting excited. People were hoping for the best. And so they purchased the deluxe edition, which, guess what? You can't get your money back once you invest into the deluxe edition. Once it comes out, there's no getting your money back. And that's what happened. People played the final shape. Either you loved it or you hate it. Most people loved it. And then Echoes was a dumpster fire fan fiction that no one liked. Majority of the community did not like Echoes. And then Revenant was either worse or on par with it, which is matched by the drop in the community, like, significantly. Again, I think it's people aren't just playing the game to shit on it. They invested into a game in hopes that it would be good. No one expected that this year of Destiny would be such a dramatic decline in quality. Unless you're a psychic and you can see the future, there's no way you can know. So people had gotten goodwill from Bungie, or Bungie had gotten goodwill from the Destiny community with Into the Light and just the launch of the final shape and like the hyping of the final shape. And you could say, well, that's the community's fault. They shouldn't, I guess, doubt Bungie at all times. Okay, people are trying to have goodwill and try to think, hey, maybe it's going to be good. Again, people weren't going into the year of the final shape expecting it to be dog shit or trying to shit on it. They were actually trying to be hopeful. So it's because the expectations were not met and the quality was not met that people are reacting the way they are and they're giving heavy criticism. I don't know what else to say.
Still taken on the chin. And the funny thing is here, like Mr. Gaming Counselor keeps saying, it's these people that like the game that are shit eaters, right? They're taking the bugs that Bungie gives them and they're saying, oh, well, I like the game anyways, right? So they're shit eaters. But really, you're the shit eater. Like,
people who like the game who are still eating, that is not the argument. The argument is you are making excuses. You are discounting valid criticism, saying it's complaining or hating. That is shit eating. You can like the game. No one's saying you eat shit just because you like the game. And if you want to ignore the bugs, then sure, put those blinders up. But when you try to dismiss valid criticism, you are trying to ignore like that bugs don't exist and that there isn't anything wrong with the game. And you're living in this fantasy of, oh, well, the servers are off for the 5th time again. Nope, everything's great in Destiny world. You are being a shit here. And I qualified it in saying it's not just a Destiny thing. In fact, I even pointed out Madden Sports, that they shoved so much garbage into those games, microtransactions. Not only that, but it's literally the same game almost every year. And then the sports players still eat it like they're shoveling manure down their throat. And that was a good example of what happens when you tolerate bad behavior from a multi-billion-dollar company and you allow them to get away with it. They will continue to push the quality and the bar lower and lower. And if you think they won't, then you are delusional. Corporations do not care about you. They do not care about your emotions. They don't care about how you feel. They only care about getting money out of your pants. That is it. They are a business. They want your money. And what I was saying is, in a social contract of business, a business wants your money. They have to put fucking good quality into it. You don't do that, people leave, which we have seen with the Destiny community where people have left the game.
If you're the one complaining about the game day in and day out, regardless of it being from a place of passion or not, what the fuck are you doing? Like, get out of here. Like, go enjoy yourself. Go play something better. Quit giving Bungie your time and your money.
I want to qualify. I am giving them my time, but I am not giving them my money. I haven't given them money since the beginning of the final shape, or before the final shape. They got my money for the year, and I have not given them a dime since. So let me qualify that. And yes, I may still give them my money for Frontiers, because now I have an audience that wants to know whether it's worth buying something or not. And if I can save someone money by showing them and playing the game, and they can come up to their conclusion, and they can even ask me what I think about it, then good. I'm glad I'm helping them. If I can be some insight to them, whether it's worth their money or not, then I'm glad I can save people money, or I encourage people to play it. When Into Light came out, I encouraged a lot of people to play it because it was probably the best Destiny has been in a long time. And I would encourage people to buy the final shape. There was some massive issues that I have with it, but overall, I think it was good. It is worth buying it. Now, should you buy the deluxe edition? Should you buy everything? Probably not. I think Vesper Host, I think the dungeons are worth buying. They're fun. The Vesper Host has some banger weapons. I would just buy maybe Heresy because it has some good weapons. And probably the best experience of the episode so far, that is about where we're at.
Right. That's what I did back in 2015 or whatever. And you know, when I came back to Destiny, the funny thing is, actually, here's a little story before I got back into Destiny. One of the main games that I was focused on was Call of Duty Warzone, right? Now, I'm in my 40s, okay? So I've been playing Call of Duty since 2003.
Hell yeah.
Since it originally released on PC. Call of Duty
Hell
1,
yeah.
Call of Duty 2, United Offensive.
No. You got to go back. You got to talk about Call of Duty World at War. That's the OG, baby. Actually, Big Red 1. That's the OG. God, I remember playing that when I was a kid in front of my grandpa, and he used to give me history lessons about the war.
Before it was ever on console in any form or fashion, I played Call of Duty. Eventually, I ended up getting a PS3 because my PC wasn't keeping up. So my wife got me a PS3 for my birthday one year. Got me Call of Duty Black Ops. So I re-entered.
Wait, how? 2003? You've been married for 22 years? Much love.
The Call of Duty franchise.
Or maybe they were dating back then. I don't know.
And I thought, okay, this is awesome. So I really enjoyed my time with Black Ops. And then Activision, right? So, I mean, it is relevant here because we're talking about Activision, right? Then Activision decided to release another Call of Duty the next year, right? And this was kind of like right at the beginning of when Activision decided to start releasing annual Call of Duties.
Worst mistake ever.
So it was all hyped up, right? So Black Ops was going into Modern Warfare 3. They released Modern Warfare 3. At that time, every single video game that was releasing sequels increased the quality of the game, right? The graphics were better. There was more features. They got rid of old bugs, etc. Very, common stuff in video games, especially back then, right? And so that pissed me off. Like, I'm not going to pay a full price. I'm not going to pay $70 for a freaking reskin of Call of Duty Black Ops. There's literally no improvement. If anything, the game looked worse than Black Ops, right? And this is a future release. So I got pissed off and I sold MW3. I refused to quit putting my time into that.
Listen, I don't know about MW. I have never played it. And so I have no right to say this, but I'm going to say Black Ops is a banger. I would probably sell it too because you can't replace Black Ops, the OG.
Game. Okay. Now, I fell for this again because I bought the next expansion, which I think was Black Ops 2. Same story. No improvement whatsoever. Fuck this. Sold it. then I never touched Call of Duty again, right? Until Call of Duty Warzone released, and it was free to play, right? And it was, it was a, what's the word? Innovative in a sense, even though it was, you know, taking on the BR gameplay from other games like what is it, H1Z1 or DayZ or whatever, PUBG, right? I think Fortnite was already out at this time, but anyways, Battle Royale was like a brand new popular PvP game mode, okay? And so Call of Duty actually made it free. 150 players, right? 120, 150 players, whatever. Brand new game mode. So I'm like, you know, what do I have to lose? The game is free. I'm not gonna be a disgruntled consumer by just forking out my money to Activision. It was still Activision at this point. It was before Microsoft bought them. But anyways, so it turns out I ended up just really digging Call of Duty Warzone, and I played that for over 2 years, pretty much exclusively, just solo.
I don't know where we're going with this.
Time.
I don't know where we're going with this train of thought, but I'm letting it ride.
Occasionally duos, trios, quads, but mainly just I enjoyed the game so much. I even bought MW 2019.
Okay.
World War II one as well. Cold War was like same story, the release. But regardless, it was optional to buy the expansion packs, and if you did, then you could level up your weapons faster and have better guns, right? So I did that. I bought.
I remember the old classic, even Black Ops 2, the map packs.
MW 2019. So Activision Call of Duty basically out. I feel like I kind of made a mistake with that because Call of Duty Warzone is supposed to be a live service video game, okay?
Yeah.
Which entails that it is continuous, right?
Uh-huh.
So imagine you start buying cosmetics, unlocking skins, maxing out your guns, and then all of a sudden Activision's like, hey, we're coming out with a brand new Call of Duty title again, and we're just gonna make Warzone 2, and we're gonna erase everything that you invested into Warzone.
I don't know necessarily what the argument is attached to Destiny, but I agree. I think they've learned their lesson, and that's why all the updates have been consistent. Like Warzone is the same Warzone, and I think they've made even worse mistake by making the hub where every Call of Duty on PC, and I think maybe even console now, I don't know, is literally like you load up the same app for every game, and it's so annoying because I don't know if I'm downloading the different games I own, or if I'm just downloading the newest one because I don't want to have to download. Yeah, it's just, that's me nitpicking, but I'm not for sure where we're going with this.
Warzone 1, all of your guns to release Fortnite 2 with Warzone, right? I've said, okay, I'll just, whatever, it's okay. With the intent, even though I was told that this was going to be a live, this is how Activision wanted to handle it. And so I could have eaten shit, and I could have gone to play Warzone 2 and bought the next Warzone title. I can't even remember what it's called. Corporate greed, it's bad community communication. Just not worth it, right? So I decided not to be a shit eater by giving my money to Activision for producing a game that was misleading, and that.
You know what's funny is a lot of after Modern Warfare 3, the new Modern Warfare 3, people were done with Call of Duty, and then they made so many different changes with Black Ops, or at least painted it, that it was one of the most successful like selling Call of Duties that they've had in a long time. And it's advertising, it's how you portray something. Same thing that Bungie did with the Final Shape. Again, once you spend your money and you can't get that refund, you're stuck with the product that you purchased. So just the food for thought. That even Call of Duty has had this problem, yes, and people didn't want to eat shit, but then they advertised it as, hey, we're listening, which we as the Destiny community know, we hear that all the time from Bungie. We're listening, and they give you a little nugget, and whether, I guess you could say we're all, if we play Destiny, we're all shit eaters. I give them a little goodwill, and this is what we're at.
Essentially duped me out of money, I want to say. And I see, all of a sudden Destiny 2 has like stellar reviews. And I did briefly try Destiny 2 when it first released. And I'm like, yeah, this is the same old shit. I'm not, I'm not going to pay money for this. It was like a free demo on PlayStation Plus or something like
Yep.
that at the time. But then Witch Queen comes out right as I'm fed up with Call of Duty. And
By the way, Witch Queen. So here, before you says anything, I just want to point something out. Witch Queen was well received. In fact, it was probably a really high benchmark of quality. It reveals that Bungie can produce good content. And then when you see them do stuff like Lightfall, it pisses everyone off because you're like, why are we getting lower quality when you've showed us that you can make banger content? Granted, that was after Lightfall and Beyond Light were just total stinkers. I mean, Beyond Light, not as much because people loved the Deepstone Crypt raid, but most people thought it was stinkers. And there was a lot of drama about stasis and whatnot. And either way, Witch Queen was like the most recent pinnacle in that time that people were like, okay, that's Bungie. Banger story, banger content. Everything about it was just phenomenal.
Witch Queen's got like rave reviews. This is the best Destiny 2 has ever been. It's the best expansion, and boom, Destiny 2 is now free to play, right? Maybe it became free to play in Beyond the Light. I'm not sure, but either way,
free to try. Remember, it was free to try because they still make you have to pay for expansions and dungeon keys. Destiny is not free to play. It is free to try. If you want to play the most significant parts of the game, the story, the main content, it is free to try. It's like a trial run. You play it, and then you're like, okay, I want to experience what Destiny really is. You got to pay for it.
Destiny 2 is now free to play, and it was in the best state ever, according to the gaming community in general.
Yeah, it pretty much was, yeah.
So I'm like, well, what do I got to lose? I'll go try Destiny again.
Oh, yeah.
I used to love it, so maybe I'll like it. So I got hooked on the free to play, and now I own everything that.
He's a better man than me, by the way. I just want to admit, I played through Curse of Osiris. I played through every up and down. I experienced it. I feasted on the pinnacle, and I ate the shat that I didn't want to eat, but I wanted to get my money's worth. I have been through it. Ooh, the war stories
that there is to own in Destiny. Okay, so I missed out on the complete part of Destiny, like the sunsetting, the paying money for shit quality. Okay, I didn't do that. Okay, because I already got fed up with Bungie, with Activision, with Destiny.
I'm going to say this right now. I don't think anyone, even if you were against Bungie and you left the game, I think one of the biggest sins, and that has shocked the game, like it is so bad that I could be playing other games and talk about Destiny, and the first thing that, even if they don't play Destiny, the first thing they say, isn't that the game that removed a bunch of paid content? Yes, that is the legacy that will forever be stained on Bungie and Destiny 2.
In the past, right? Just like I did with Activision with Call of Duty. So I'm not like a jilted, jaded.
Did they shut down the servers? It's free to play, by the way. Like, there's a difference from free to play versus paid content. If they shut down, and you could argue that technically multiplayers outside of PC, like the console, when they shut down the server, it's pretty scummy. And we could have a whole argument about that, and I would probably agree with you. But from a Destiny to other games, no other game does it to the extent that Bungie did. Like, you're not talking about a game that is shutting down or has another version coming out. So that's why that old version's been shut down. This is the same game that's been around 2016, I think.
Destiny player that's been there for 10 years dedicated to eating shit the entire time. Okay. So I think Mr. Gaming Counselor's off base when he's calling new lights and people that enjoy the game shit eaters.
I'm not calling people who enjoy the game shit eaters. I'm saying people who choose to ignore and act like these aren't problems. People who are dismissing valid criticism as hate and as just complaining. Those are people that are shit eaters. Those people are shit eaters. Because those are the people that tolerate the bastardization of games and turning it into Fortnite. And then you also have the extreme, which is Madden 25. which is funny that actual gotcha games, which are all about getting into your pocket, are more respectful of the gamers than some AAA games.
I think it's the people that don't enjoy the game that are getting their heart broken, their feelings hurt. They feel like they're being robbed of their time and their money, and then they're still giving it to.
I don't feel like I'm being robbed of my time or my money. Well, okay, maybe the money part, yeah, because you put all that money up front, and if you buy the deluxe edition, there's no getting it back. So you're forced to kind of have to eat. Like, I'm not just giving billion-dollar company my money for free. Like, I'm going to get what I can out of the content. And usually I do try to have fun. In fact, if you've ever watched me play exotic missions, I usually go in solo. I usually throw on a throw around build, and I goof around, and I try to have an hour of whatever fun I can, because usually I'd never play that exotic mission again, because most of them have been bad. Most of the most recent modern exotic missions have been pretty bad. And I've already criticized those in those reviews. But again, the whole, he doesn't get it. He doesn't understand. Again, you can love something and then be critical about it. And then you can also hate Bungie. Those are also, that's another avenue. You can like the car, but hate the driver. You could literally put Sony as the driver, and I would be still in love with Destiny. And the quality that would be pumped into the game might be better.
Bungie. Right.
Who knows? Concord was a thing.
And now to Sony, right? So that's kind of where I'm coming from. I mean, yeah. So I just feel like new lights coming into this game. It's fresh. You know, if they're enjoying the game, good for them. And another thing too, like, you don't have to play this game for 10 years straight. You don't have to put 6,000.
You don't have to, but you choose to because people love the game. Again, you can hate the driver, but love the game. It's like you're going to Taco, you only have one Taco Bell in town, and you love Taco Bell, but there's that one asshole who continues to screw up the orders, and you're like, well, I do go eat other things. I go down the street and have Pizza Hut or Mickey D's, whatever. But sometimes I want to eat a taco. I want my goddamn taco. And sometimes that asshole makes some good freaking tacos. And sometimes he gets lazy and pumps out shitty quality. But god dang it, I love Taco Bell. I want to eat freaking Taco Bell. How's that hard to understand?
1,000 hours.
If there was other competitors, like there was Taco Mayo, and they did a better job and they had good quality, then I will go to Taco Mayo. But unfortunately, there's no Taco Mayo. It's only Taco Bell. That's the only one-for-one that is there. There's no direct competition that would steal me away to eat a different taco, unfortunately.
And to understand a video game, like, you understand that, like, putting 6,000 hours into something can get you like a bachelor's degree, or like.
I have a master's degree in psychology, baby. Not only am I a licensed, certified school counselor, I can also become, if I do finish my supervision, a licensed therapist. By the way, if you have Stockholm syndrome like me, I can help you, and then I'll go not help myself. Anyways, again, I find it's almost like he doesn't know, and it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny how everything just kind of flows in like butter. Like, he didn't know about me playing other games. The fact that I have 236 other games. Like, I'm sorry. It's just funny, like, how it plays out when people don't know. And he's not ignorant because he's ignorant, like a bad thing. He's just, you don't know what you don't know. Which is the thing about new lights. Like, it's one thing if you play the game and you're ignorant and you don't know because you don't have context. It's another thing when those new lights tell you, who do know, that you can't complain, or you're just complaining, you're just a hater. Those are the people that you just want to ignore. Again, I don't go up to the White House and to tell the president of the United States how to do his job, because I've never worked in the government. I have no idea what to do. Just because I know how to argue and debate doesn't make me a politician. Maybe it does. I mean, he's like we're getting political now, but you know what I mean, right? There are some things that you don't get to do. You could try to do it, but doesn't mean you're in the right. New lights can have an absolute opinion. They can love the game, but they do not have a right to tell people who have experienced and understand the game in a more intricate and complex way that what they criticize is not valid. You are the bottom barrel of the people who have a right to tell someone else that their criticism is not valid. Especially if it's actual valid criticism. Now, if I was sitting there saying Destiny's the shittiest game that ever exists, it's just dog shit. Dead game, lol. By the way, these are in comments, like literally people have commented on my video, like, why are you talking about this shit game? This game just needs to die already. I think a new light would have every right to just call them out and say, hey, I like the game. It's not a shitty game. It is not. It's got shittier quality. It's definitely gotten that far, but it's not a shit, at least in my opinion. Again, it's also very subjective. Whether a lot of people don't like Destiny. So before I paint that broad brush and generalize, there's a significant amount of the gaming community that looks down on Destiny and sees it as a pile of shit. I'm not one of those. I think Bungie is, though.
Like a job certificate, like you can become a journeyman tradesman. Like you can complete an entire apprenticeship in a construction trade.
I love that I'm getting. Isn't it funny that he was saying that some people don't want you to teach them, and here I feel like I'm being educated what kind of degrees I could go for.
Like bricklaying or carpentry, or being an electrician or a plumber. Okay, this is a fucking video game. Dude. Like you could spend 100 hours in here and you can know almost everything that there is to know in the game. And just because you played the game 10 years ago, okay.
I never stopped playing, baby. Actually, that's not true. I took my first account all the way from PlayStation or whatever, and it got banned because Trials of Cyrus came out. And I tell the story because I didn't do anything wrong. I played with a LG, which is also why I don't play with LG in PvP ever. My account got banned, and I pleaded with Bungie, and they didn't, and so I was off for like it was the Season of the Seraph. Yeah, Season of the Seraph, and it was like a month before it was over. I literally, after Trials came out, and to that time, I literally stopped playing. Like I walked away, and my buddy's like, "Hey, I have this account. It's a new light. I farmed out all these exotics." He spent so much time essentially getting that account, everything done. Like he did it, and he's like, "I'm going to give you this account. I want you to play." I want to say that he's a mad lad for that. But outside of the couple months, because I was falsely banned, which you could say I'm eating shit, because that's probably the most like, yeah, you just ate shit. I was not going to play. But when someone does all that because they want you to play with them, they want you to hang out with them, like, I don't want to be the asshole that says, no, I'm good. So I got hooked back into the game.
What exactly was in the game 10 years ago that is still in the game right now that somebody that's only put in a couple seasons can't understand, right? Because
let's see. Let's talk about the fact that Destiny 2, when it was first released, they completely shipped away the random drops. Everyone got a participation trophy. Like everything was just given to you. Like everything. There was nothing. There was no real end game. Let's see. The content was very paper thin. Even Trials of the 9 was so easy. Anyone and everyone went it and did it. Like there was no challenge. The loot was preset. It was very boring. It got very stale. Like even like if you really remember at the launch of Destiny 2, you could do a public event and you got exotics off the rip. Like you just got exotics for free for doing public events. Like most people finished and maximized the game within the first month or two. And that's just the launch of Destiny 2. Especially with the fact that Curse of Cyrus and Warmind Destiny was about to die. If it wasn't for Forsaken, the game was about to die. By the way, new players have no idea how good the Forsaken story and the campaign is because it's not in the game. The only thing that remains is the Last Wish and the dungeon, and that's it. That's the only thing that really remains. And then obviously Dreaming City. I mean, and then not to mention all the content, Black Armory, all the content that's been going on. And let's just be honest, Forsaken was like the golden year where everything was pretty positive, mostly because Bungie was at literally the fire was lit under their butt because they had to have a banger to save Destiny. Curse of Osiris and the Warmind expansion were literally almost, they were about to die. The game was about to die. Bungie was about to have to shut down. And they've even admitted that in their the GDC. They mentioned that there's a do or die situation. And so that's why Activision had 2 other studios work with Bungie to save the game. How many new players understand that's how bad Destiny was when it first launched? Probably not many. How many people are going to enjoy the quality that is the Forsaken campaign? No one. Hell, Destiny 2, the Red War, the reason for the game isn't even in the game. And that's just like the tip of the iceberg of things that new players don't understand. And we could go miles of what things that Bungie has done wrong. But we've already spent too much time on it.
A lot of the stuff that was in here 10 years ago is gone. Like the old subclasses are gone. That knowledge doesn't matter anymore. Right? Like it's not rocket science.
I disagree. It does matter. That when you look at Forsaken, it is hailed as one of the best content that has ever existed in Destiny's history. And Bungie removed that. These new players have no idea what good, like high quality content is. They can't even try to compare what we used to have to what we have right now. There's nothing in the league of Forsaken. And yes, I'm glazing Forsaken, but it is that good. And yes, it was over delivery. Even Bungie said it was over delivery. But that is just an example of what the height that the game could be. And it will never be because Activision mostly carried Bungie with the two other studios that were literally supporting them. But new players will never know that.
Video game, right? And I feel the same way about people that are all elitist about like, I'm a Arc Titan main, Trinity Ghoul main, okay? Like, okay, so you spent 10,000 hours playing
that one guy
Trinity Ghoul only, so you must, it must be impossible for anybody to know as much as you know about Striker Titan and Trinity Ghoul. Like, people just need to get off their high horse.
I think that's an erroneous argument. Sure, there's some truth to it, but you're talking about historical context versus just experience with a subclass. One part of the game versus the entire part of the game. It's like I'm just gonna just choose. It's like focusing in Tiger Woods putting and that's it. Meanwhile, you're completely ignoring all other aspects and rules and historical context of the history of golf that he's partaked in. But you're gonna focus on just he's really good at putting.
Let people come in, let them enjoy the game.
Sure.
Right. I'm trying to do this without taking sides too much. Like, I definitely see the error in both sides here, and I understand people's perspectives. I understand Mr. Gaming Counselor and Tizzle have been eating a lot of crap for a lot of years, so they're disgruntled, right? Mr. Gaming Counselor's comedic about it. Tizzle's a little.
You give me too much credit. You do not glaze me. I am not funny. And sure, there's moments I try to be funny, right? Like, don't give me the title of comedian, please. Like, that's me being humble. I don't even think that about myself. Like, please.
A little bit whiny about it, IMO. Bradley's enjoying the game, and he thinks that's all ridiculous. He thinks their perspective is ridiculous. He doesn't see it, right? And he said in his video, quit playing the game. Go play other games.
And that is disingenuous. Again, it ignores the fact that people like the game and they love the game, and that's where it's coming from. Is the criticism is that let's not act like people who love sports don't also criticize their team or criticize coaches or criticize the refs or just like in general maybe how things are going with the sport. Let's not act like people don't do that on the daily. It's not a video game only situation. It's not.
There's thousands of other games out there, right?
And I just so happen to have 263 of them.
And yeah, like I said, I'm in my 40s. I've been playing games for a long ass time, and Destiny is a pretty damn good game. Bugs usually get sorted out, and when I come across a bug, I'm usually pretty loud about it myself. So
okay, respect.
But I'm not going to sit here and cry about it or eat shit about it. Like, I'm not going to.
I mean, you just said you're being vocal. You're vocal about it. What people are doing, they're criticizing it. So you're not being a shit eater, but neither are we.
I refuse. I'm refusing to play Sunder Doctrine right now because I want to play Zoetic Lock Set in a certain way, but I can't because the crit damage is bugged. Surges aren't working, right? So there's a lot of bullshit bugs, but it's going to get fixed and I can still play the game. Like, I'm out farming.
And you're right. It's going to get fixed, but it shouldn't be acceptable. That's the part that is the shading part. You should be able to play that content on launch. You shouldn't have to wait to play the content that you paid for. Like, right? It's like buying a car and then parts of it don't work. And then you have to wait a month to be able to use that. Like, bitch, I'm taking that back to the car lot. And I'm not calling him bitch. I'm just saying, like, I'm talking about the car lot. Like, take your shit back. But I can't take it back because I paid a year in advance. So joke's on me. I can't give it back.
I'm in the nether and doing other stuff. I'm build crafting. Like, it's not going to.
By the way, your boy has been getting, like, it's funny is that people say that I'm just all hating, but like, just one last, I know this is an hour, like hour, 30 minutes. It is a stupidly ass long video, but I'm that passionate about it. Like, I have to go to the videos. Let's go. Woo. If you want to know that people say, oh, you're just upset and hate the game. I love this video, by the way. Last 2-3 hours. It is crazy. I did something, chat. Triple ogres, double slam. Yeah. Let's go. I'm a god. He's a god. Woohoo! Come on, triple. It's all master content, by the way. Triple slam me. 30 levels under. Triple slam me. Yeah. Yeah. Triple slam. He goes for the triple. Yeah. Oh my god. Tell me that is someone that is miserable playing the game. Again, can you enjoy playing the game? Absolutely. Can you criticize it when it has issues? Absolutely. These things do not have to be separate. They can be together. You can be both critical and enjoy the game. You can still have fun. But I streamed that entire day and laughed my ass off, the most I have in a long time playing this game, because I was able to find a way to have fun. But does it completely discount the fact that there's problems with it? No. There can be both having fun and enjoying the game, and there still could be big, massive, glaring issues that need to be improved. Because when you improve them, the quality of the game goes up, and which means we can all continue to enjoy the game that we love or hate. Some people just straight up hate the game. And it's very true. But when people like me, I can't speak for titsel. Botch! That dude who we reacted to, yeah, you can't say that, hey, you just hate the game. But clearly, I don't. Usually the biggest lovers are also the most critical. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. The link will be down to the video. I'm giving it, I guess I have to look it up on this channel because I was on just an off channel so I could skip ads. Sorry, that's just me trying to, for recording purposes. I'm going to give it a like and support it. No shade to the guy. I did massively disagree with a lot of the point, like several points. Like just I feel like that is part of some of the biggest issues. And I was very hypercritical when I think it's fair criticism. But overall, like it wasn't like he's out here just completely outside of the fact that he quantified everything I do and say as just spewing hate with like a side of, but he's funny about it. Not what I was intending to do sometimes. Yeah, with this again, I disagree, and it is disingenuous in certain parts, and a lot of the arguments are just not really there. But overall, like I get what he's saying. And if it was just a situation where it was just hate to hate, then I would absolutely agree. And if the argument was new lights completely, then I would absolutely agree. But this is just a Bradley, not a new light, just a Bradley issue. Telling that, sorry, we can't use that. He shall not be named. Experts that they essentially don't have they have a right to criticize the game, and that it's ridiculous and absurd. Which again, you're trying to tell Tiger Woods as a novice who knows and has had more experience the highs and lows of a game, you don't have that right. You can enjoy the game and have an opinion on the game, but you don't have a right to tell someone else that essentially their opinion doesn't matter. The criticism doesn't matter, especially when it's factual and backed by the fact that they're literally we have records of all the problems in the game, and we could pull up years worth of bugs. Like, let's not act like Waitgate didn't exist just a couple months ago, which was clearly breaking the game. Anyways, long ass video. If you stuck to the end, you're real. You're awesome. Don't expect me doing these videos for every person. It's just kind of funny that I was actually in a thumbnail. Heck yeah. And by the way, I really did like his music. It was very chill, very vibe. But crank that sucker up a little bit. Like, come on, crank it up. Crank it up, soldier boy. Little nod. Again, I also felt like the arguments about him being a soldier and like, listen, I rant on just random ass stuff too, but in this situation, it does not matter. He could literally be a doctor. Like, I'm a counselor, and me being a counselor or being almost pretty much a trained therapist has no direct correlation to video game. Now it does when you talk about how I could use my time everywhere else, which is funny because I literally have a master's degree, which is more hours than what he suggested with a BA. Like, how do you think I survived my master's? Destiny. Before it started making me lose my mind because of Bungie. Anyways, ranting over, because we are ranting at the end now. Again, no shade. Let's, I felt like he was right. There was a lot of shade being thrown, like actual just straight hate. There was fair criticism towards Bradley, but there was some straight hate. And especially in my comment section, like, we don't have to hate people. You can disagree with someone and you can give your opinion and your criticism, but let's not like straight up attack someone. Don't keep it like personal. Even though there were some things, like I make the comment about shade eaters, but I also back it up with actual logical arguments of why we should not be shit eaters, because we have actual proof of what happens in the gaming industry when we allow it to happen. It's right in our faces, and you can smell it. Like, it's smells everywhere. But you don't have to be an asshole in the comment section, especially on my part. Like, I'm a big boy. Like, I'm not upset. Like, him saying he equated my content to just spewing hate, which is just the typical, minority Destiny comments. That's generally what happens. I'm okay about it. I'm a big boy. And most of it I found funny, to be honest. Most of this I found to be entertaining, and it is what it is. Anyways, bye. Huzzah. Game out. Link down below. Show some love. Even if you disagree, give it a like button, because he called me a comedian, even though that's not true. I'm trying to